Sweat on demand.
Yeah. 100 on whip. 100 on neck. 100 on wrist.
Now, when Safaree and his crew started out in the music industry, they had no record label. The crew, formed in the early 2000s, was called the Hoodstars and included Nicki Minaj, Hoodstars, and 7up. The group became prominent in 2004 when they recorded the entrance song for WWE diva Victoria, Don't Mess With Me. They followed up the track's success with a compilation album titled Theme Addict WWE The Music Volume 6. Safaree, or Safaree Lloyd Samuels, was born to Jamaican immigrant parents around 1981. Talk about being an Independence Day baby. He was born and spent most of his childhood in Brooklyn. The rapper, singer, songwriter, and radio figure built a solid reputation after his blockbuster breakup with Nicki Minaj, which landed him on the reality TV show Love and Hip Hop.
Oh, almost knocked this off her. Yo.
Most of his biggest musical successes have come through his input in his then-girlfriend's albums. So how come he never really got his music career up and running? With his first mixtape being released around 2015 and his first studio album coming out around 2020. So the question is, how did someone who has been in the game for so long delay putting out his own music? And what has his life been like after his split with Nicki Minaj? Let's dig in and find out. What up guys, Ali here and welcome to Ali Talks Music. Add me on Instagram at Ali Talks Music as well. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Now let's get into the video. As mentioned earlier, Safaree was born into a family of Jamaican immigrants and has two other sisters named Shaniqua and Samantha. He was brought up with a wonderful culture and morality of West India, where he learned the significance of hard work. He knew he had to support their family due to their financial situation, so he got his first job at the tender age of 14. Before his first job, Safaree always had a knack for making music before discovering that rap was his true love and calling. Safaree was always a bright kid and discovered his talent early enough, citing Busta Rhymes, Lil Wayne and Ludacris as his biggest inspiration. He'd go on to work with Lil Wayne due to his relationship with Nicki Minaj, who Wayne had discovered and signed to his record label. After his group Hoodstars disbanded in the wake of their debut album under unknown circumstances, Safaree teamed up with Nicki Minaj to kickstart her solo career, rather than form a group. He worked with her as a hype man. It was with Nicki Minaj that he wrote songs that would eventually make the Billboard charts.
Well, the first time we seen Scaff Beezy, we seen him as
Safaree. He just said Safaree or SB, and then you go to
we seen SB as Nicki Minaj's hype man.
Well, we didn't know what he was.
He was all of the above.
Yeah.
What were you to Nicki Minaj?
Everything.
So let's start before that. So you were with Nicki before she got signed, before she got her deal. How'd you meet Nicki?
We were in a group together.
What was the name of the group?
It's called the Hoodstars.
The Hoodstars.
Okay.
Yeah. So, the group thing, we did the group thing for like 2 years. It didn't really work out. So she branched out, did her solo thing, packed up 2 cars, moved to Atlanta. And
you went with her?
Yeah.
On her first studio album, which was released around 2010 called Pink Friday, he was a big contributor to the 6th song on the album called Did It On Him.
Keep up top in the F1. A lot of begging me to F1.
The album was an instant hit, and it topped the US Billboard 200. The album would eventually go on to be certified triple platinum by the RIAA, and it also featured songs that peaked within the top 40 of the Hot 100. The album sold about 375,000 copies in the first week, and it had an impressive number of singles including Your Love, Check It Out, Right Through Me, Moment for Life, Super Bass, Did It On Him, Girls Fall Like Dominoes, and Fly.
I honestly feel like every Nicki Minaj fan is gonna love the album. Whether you were vintage Nicki or new Nicki, you're going to love the album.
On her first and second albums, Safaree worked as a composer/lyricist, A&R supervisor, and managing director, as well as being her Prince Charming. 2 years after her debut album, Safaree and his newly crowned rap queen worked on another album called Pink Friday, Roman Reloaded, which had about 6 credentials from Safaree.
You gut, you tight, you suck it like. You don't want a round 3, you done suffer twice. Worship the queen and your mic a pass.
With her fame and acceptance in the music industry, Nicki Minaj's sophomore album debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200. The album was such a massive hit that it sold 253,000 copies in the first week. The album had an impressive number of singles like Starships, Right By My Side, Bees in the Trap, Pound the Alarm, Vava, Voom, and Automatic. Fans simply could not get enough of the rap queen, so she released an extended version of Pink Friday called Roman Reloaded around 2012, which was subtitled The Re-Up. Safaree would come into the limelight with his first cameo in Nicki Minaj's music video called Stupid Ho. As the saying goes, nothing good lasts forever. Safaree's blissful relationship/partnership with Nicki Minaj hit the rocks, and the pair called it quits by the end of 2014, putting an end to a 14-year-long friendship. Of course, such a split would be messy, and both parties did not hold back the punches when they talked about it. In fact, many songs on Nicki Minaj's third album, The Pink Print, were influenced by their time together and the eventual separation. Interestingly enough, soon after Nicki Minaj and Safaree broke up, Nicki started dating Meek Mill, a move that made Safaree and Meek Mill bitter rivals. It wasn't until Safaree broke it off with Nicki that he put out his first ever mixtape. He released 2 mixtapes around 2015, with the first one titled It Is What It Is, and followed it up with Volume 2, named after the first.
Baby, I can't lie. The way that we met, I guess I call it luck. When I look in your eyes, I feel like I get stuck.
Around 2016, Safaree gave his fans another piece of work called Real Yard Vibes after he was announced to star in Love and Hip Hop. He then released Fur Coat Volume 1 around 2017. He also co-wrote K. Michelle's song called Alert.
Pass another edible. I'm just trying to do something unforgettable.
And another song by K. Michelle called People I Used to Know. 3 years later, Safaree would go on to release what would be his only studio album to date. It was called Straight and released around 2020 and was considered by some to be the ultimate album of love and betrayal. Aside from rap, Safaree earned a major name for himself on Love and Hip Hop, where it was announced in 2016 that he would be joining the cast of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood.
What's good?
You doing text on my wife, bro?
It is what it is. Why you taking a bunch of like you came out here to do something?
Safaree announced that he'll be hosting the VH1 show called Wild Safaree. The show would suffer a 4-year delay before Safaree was finally named the main cast for their all-new seasons.
So here's the deal. Here's some great news about my man Safaree Samuels. He has his own show coming. I know. God is good. Just got my own show, Wild Safaree. Will you tune in? Thank you at VH1. Now I just need this record deal.
Now 2018 was a pretty successful year for his reality TV career, as he picked up the Blue and Bougie Impact Award. However, after barely 2 weeks, the praise and recognition were overshadowed by the leak of his nude pictures and video. Then people stopped talking about the award he won and focused more on his privates all over the internet. But instead of letting that bring him down, he switched it up and used his viral status to make more money. I personally think he planned all of this because around 2019, he debuted a line of dildos named Anaconda, molded from his own anaconda. Around 2020, he finally went mainstream with his pornographic content, launching an OnlyFans account where he shared his amateur content for $20 per month to his subscribers. As we all know, fame often comes with controversies, one messier than the other, and it was no different for Safaree, especially concerning his relationship with superstar rapper Nicki Minaj. The couple had a pretty good run from around 2000 to 2014 when they ended their relationship. The lovely trip definitely had its ups and downs before culminating in something of bad blood. Contrary to what people in the media made fans believe or what they might have assumed, Safaree revealed that he was the one who cut ties with Nicki and not the other way around.
Truth. I mean, this is not some person I just picked up off the street. This is somebody I grew up with. This is somebody that I don't even know how I'm going to function without that person in my life. Like, I've never lived my life as a famous person without him.
Oh.
That's
so
real.
I don't even know how to
date or function.
How to really function. Like, who do you, I tell my girlfriends, my best friends, but sometimes I still want to tell him stuff and get his opinion because
Oh, Nick, we have all been there. We have all been there. Really. And you will totally be fine at some point. However way it goes. You want to take a minute? You want to?
Shortly after the split, they publicly accused each other of fraud, lies, and theft. They went at each other on Twitter, with Safaree accusing Nicki of using him and dumping him. He admittedly stated, "I would not say that I broke up, but I went out. I'm not going to say I'm the one who loaded my stuff and I'm gone." It just reached a point where respect had disappeared.
They're choosing sides between me and my past situation.
While the rumors of the split were unconfirmed, Safaree was seen with new tattoos covering the original ones he got to honor Nicki. Shortly after they parted ways, it was alleged that Safaree lodged an action for unpaid royalties. The details were a bit sketchy at the time, but he eventually attempted to sue her around 2016, accusing Nicki of not crediting him on the Pink Print album. A report contained claims that he was demanding a multi-million-dollar payout for his contributions to 3 of her albums, namely Pink Friday, The Pink Print, and Pink Friday Roman Reloaded, and several other singles. However, the claims he laid on singles such as Only, Feeling Myself, and Beyonce's Flawless remix were thrown out. Now around 2018, in another Twitter spat, Safaree accused Nicki of obstinately stabbing him. Nicki then fired back at Safaree, saying he'd stolen her credit cards to pay for prostitutes.
And passive aggression and just hateful. They can't. They respect my pen. They respect my pen. You know, and it's so fucked up that everybody on the inside of the industry knows that I write my lyrics and knows that I put so much weight on women writing. And then for one person to do something like this to me out of sheer weakness and passive aggression and just hatefulness and vindictiveness because you got caught shitting on a person that was taking care of you for years and years, because you got caught shitting on a person who was while you were paying for prostitutes and doing all types and stealing their credit cards and doing all types of dumbass shit. Oh, hold up.
Safaree was also suspected of leaking Nicki Minaj's nudes, an assertion he vehemently denied. During an interview in 2018, Safaree mentioned an incident in which he said he had a problem while still dating Nicki. In the 2012 music video for Right By My Side, which featured Chris Brown, Nicki Minaj shared a kiss with Nas, and Safaree said he didn't like how the scene played out. He explained that he was there during the entire shoot, but he had no idea when Nicki locked lips with Nas. In his words, he said, "You wanna know what's so crazy? I didn't know it happened until the video came out. I ain't gonna lie. I was hurt when that shit happened." He added that he was cool with similar interactions in her videos with artists like Drake and Lil Wayne, but that kiss felt different. He further explained that he'd usually give his blessings whenever required in her videos, but this time, the kiss was not in the script as far as he was concerned. And he also said the kiss took place when he took an hour's break from the set. It would turn out that his suspicions then had some truth, because Nicki Minaj and Nas ended up dating for 8 months before officially calling it quits. Regardless of their back and forth, especially when it had to do with royalties, an Instagram story showed that the reality star still earned thousands for his work on Nicki Minaj's debut album. The post was shared just before his birthday, and he also took the opportunity to say that the whole lawsuit was a hoax, and that nothing of such happened. The rapper shared a total payment of about $2,000 with his audience with the caption that said, "What the hell I just get this random music business check from?" Now after his breakup with Nicki Minaj, Safaree went on to date several women, most of whom were in love on hip-hop. Around 2015, he dated Zashia Santiago, but that did not work out. so he moved on to Sophia Body. Around 2017, he started dating Dream Doll, and after that he dated Divine Star. The aftermath of his breakup with Divine Star saw Safaree attacked and seriously wounded around April 7th, after which he was hospitalized. It turned out that Star had arranged for him to be attacked. A source confirmed that she was behind the incident following their public battle. Safaree went on to date a couple more females before landing on Erica Mena. Safaree took this relationship very seriously, as he also got down on one knee to pop the question. After a year of dating, Safaree got married to Erica Mena at the Legacy Castle of New Jersey. Around 2020, the couple welcomed their first child together. A year later, the couple went onto IG and announced that they would be expecting their second child. But in a sad twist, Erica Mena officially filed for divorce from Samuels around 2021.
It won't be a broken home.
Yes, it is. You're living somewhere else. I'm living here. That's a broken home.
1 month after the bombshell, Erica Mena gave birth and they welcomed a baby boy. Now, Safaree is said to have a net worth of $3 million. He makes most of his money from reality TV, the sales of his songs and albums, stage performances, and other TV shows. Safaree is a man who enjoys spending time on social media and connecting with his fans. He readily shares some of his cars, luxurious items, and shows off his body for the ladies on social media. The man is mostly on IG, where he has about 3.3 million followers. Meanwhile, he has about 67K followers on YouTube and 30K followers on Spotify. He's also very active on Twitter and Facebook, not forgetting his OnlyFans account, which he opened around 2020. These days, Safaree is best known for his time on reality TV, whereas before then he was known for his 14-year relationship with Nicki Minaj. From my perspective, I'm glad he got out of that relationship with Nicki, because from the outside looking in, it didn't look like Nicki Minaj respected him. Nicki Minaj is now in a relationship with a man she can control. The man looks like he bends to Nicki's every whim, but I'm sure the guy doesn't mind because he's benefiting off Nicki Minaj's millions.
I'm just saying, I just meant like, you know, he definitely was a big part as to why me and Nicki broke up. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said that. No, I'm saying, like, I don't feel no sympathy for nobody who don't care about me. So, you know, it is what it is.
That's it for me. It's your boy Ali. What happened to Safaree in your opinion? Let me know down below. Video requests, be sure to let me know down below as well. New What Happened To video dropping soon. Also add me on Instagram at Ali Talks Music. Till next time, peace.